Coming up on the Epoch News, President Trump calls for changes to libel laws, while Ian Bremmer apologises for his tweet that was uncalled for. And thanks for tuning in to the Epoch News. I'm Angela Anderson. President Donald Trump called for changes to libel laws after a Time magazine editor, Ian Bremmer, admitted to making up a quote and attributing it to the president. The president tweeted, "Ian Bremmer now admits he made up a completely ludicrous quote, attributing it to me. This is what's going on in the age of fake news. People think they can say anything and get away with it. Really, the libel laws should be changed to hold fake news media accountable." Bremmer, who is an editor-at-large for Time magazine and political scientist who frequently appears on cable news networks to criticise Trump, published a message on Twitter implying to quote Trump during his visit to Tokyo. The fake quote stated, "Kim Jong-un is smarter and would make a better president than sleepy Joe Biden." Congressmen and journalists shared the quote as though it was real before Bremmer admitted hours later that it was fake. Instead of apologising for inventing the quote, Bremmer commented that it was objectively a completely ludicrous quote and argued that he wrote it to make a point that people on Twitter automatically support whatever political position they have. Libel laws in the United States are different for public figures as opposed to private citizens. For a public figure to win a defamation claim, it isn't enough to prove that a statement is false. The public figure also has to prove that the party that made the false claim has malicious intent, a tough legal standard to live up to in court. Prior to running for president, Trump was involved in a number of defamation lawsuits, but never won a case in a public court, according to the Media Law Research Centre. Trump's lone victory in a defamation suit took place in an arbitration case outside the court system. Trump filed his first defamation lawsuit in 1984 against an architecture critic who lambasted Trump's plan to build the world's tallest building in New York City. A judge dismissed the case because both the critic and the newspaper, the Chicago Tribune, were exercising protected rights to an opinion. 2 decades later, Trump sued a book author who claimed that Trump was a millionaire rather than a billionaire. A judge in the appeals court ruled that Trump's attorneys failed to prove that the author was aware his claims were false, or that the author published the book with malign intent. In 2003, Trump withdrew a lawsuit against television host Bill Maher. The lawsuit sought $5 million that Maher said he would give to charity if Trump could prove he was not the son of an orangutan. Trump's lawyers sent Maher a birth certificate, but the comedian never followed through on the promise to donate money to charity. The fake quote by Bremmer touched on Trump's approval in a Twitter message of Kim Jong-un, referring to former Vice President Joe Biden as a low IQ person. Trump tweeted, "I have confidence that Chairman Kim will keep his promise to me," and also smiled when he called Swampman Joe Biden a low IQ individual and worse. "Perhaps that's sending me a signal." Biden leads a crowded field in the race for the 2020 Democratic nomination for president. Bremmer eventually deleted his tweet and issued an apology, writing that it was meant in jest, saying, "I should have been clearer, my apologies." And that's all for today's news story, folks. We'd love to hear your thoughts below on this topic. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, make sure you do so now so you don't miss out. Thanks for tuning into the Epoch News, and I'll see you tomorrow.